Welcome to Quack&Co, the board game channel where every video is 10 minutes or less guaranteed, and today we're asking the question, should you back the Great Wall reprint? And I need to be straight with you just to start. This has, and very quickly skyrocketed to one of my favorite Euro-style games that I played all of last year. I think this is an excellent, highly produced, remarkable Euro game. So, take what I say with that caveat in place. It doesn't mean it still is right for you, or that it's a good financial decision. And it does mean that I'm going to be advocating on behalf of at least backing some of the Great Wall. But let's have a serious conversation and take a real look at what they're offering and what you need to invest or spend your money on to get the best experience possible. So let's start off with what the Great Wall is and why I like it so much. The Great Wall is going to be a Euro hybrid game produced by Awaken Realms. Throughout the course of the game, you're going to be having a worker placement zone on this main board. If I can open this up for everyone. Oh, and like always, it is a gigantic board. Throughout the course of the game, you're going to have a worker placement zone where you're going to be drafting up your forces, upgrading your army, slowly getting resources, blocking other people's actions, and getting benefits for going to locations where other players have gone. The unique thing about the worker placement zone is that you never trigger a space until it's full up, meaning everyone kind of has to work together in order to get rock from the quarry, or harvest gems, or finally recruit new troops. Then, the other side of this, the thing that makes it a hybrid, is going to be the battle zone, where you're building the Great Wall itself, defending against the armies of barbarian tribes or whatever other Han tribes are coming down and trying to break into China, and you're going to be fighting them to the death, right? I think it's the Great Kublai Khan or something like that, like you saw in Mulan, I suppose. What is fun and remarkable about the Great Wall throughout that course of gameplay is that you're upgrading your own troops, but you're also collaboratively working together or screwing each other over. You have to work as a troop if you want to defend the wall, but maybe you don't. Maybe you want to score points doing something else or defending it in a different way. The object, like most Euros, is still going to be to get the most victory points, but that hybrid of worker placement combined with a bit of tactical decision making makes this one that for me stands out in a unique way. Now, that being said, I also love playing this primarily with the Black Powder expansion because it adds a little bit more grit and majesty to the wall. It makes that part of the game not feel disjointed and instead feel integrated into the whole concept. It's a little bit more advanced, takes a little bit more time to learn and table, but my caveat would be maybe play it a few times regular, but definitely bridge your way into the Black Powder expansion. And as you journey into that, I would go in with the knowledge that that is the best way, in my experience, to play the game. So, let's talk about the reprint. Let's talk about whether or not and why you should or should not be backing the reprint. Oh, the other thing that I wanted to highlight is just going to be the sheer number of abilities, cards, and things that change up your workers in this game. It's one of the things that I think is one of the things I like the most. You have a ton of different leaders, each with their own special rules, systems, ways that they score points, and endgame objectives, making this different from a classic Euro game where whatever abilities you have or whatever the kind of the framework of the game is how you're going to score points. Gather silk, sell silk at the market, build farms, raise sheep, grow crops, whatever it is. Here in the Great Wall, you have your own asymmetric scoring principles, which drive you to do certain things. Have archers on the wall, invest heavily in the clay mine, do a lot to expand your troops or forces, or regale a small, kind of thin tribe, but really invest in horses and have a lot of cavalry units that can rush out onto the battlefield. Whatever it is, however it works, even in some cases, let the wall crumble and have your people die on the wall itself. All of those are viable strategies depending on who you start with. So here you have a combination of engine building, worker placement, kind of cooperative-ish area control or defense, all mixed into this hybrid. I guess it's tower defense in a way, right? It's wall defense with tribes and troops of people driven by the AI coming down and proliferating. All right, let's look at the expansion. well, not the expansion. Let's look at the reprint. The reprint here on Gamefound for the Great Wall is going to be one of the first times you've been able to get your hands on this game since it originally came to retail, not buying it on the third party. It's a 13-day campaign, which means it is not running too long, and they're not doing any special extras or differences. This is a straight and bare bones reprint. That being said, Awaken Realms games go for a lot on the third-party market. This one has been popular and well received, and it's been hard to get your hands onto, so worth paying attention for that alone. So it describes itself as a asymmetric worker placement game with engine building themes and a twist in the form of constantly attacking AI for 1 to 5 players. I think that's how I described it. A ton of awards here. 8.0 on BGG, Seal of Excellence from the Dice Tower, top 10 game, 5th place from Tom Vassell. So a lot of people loving this game. It's not just me who've been advocating for it. We have some beautiful artwork, beautiful illustrations, and they're talking about what's going in here. So why back the Gamefound edition? Well, on Gamefound, you're going to be getting it at a steep discount. Retail, they're saying, is just over 200, 220 euros. And then on Gamefound, you're talking 116, 126 euros. So about $150 for the core box, another $75 for the stretch goals. So you're getting a decent discount, like $20 off or $30 off, depending on shipping and all of that. And I don't know that this game is at retail. So that's one thing to keep in mind. I don't believe it is readily available. I know Awaken Realms doesn't often hold their own stock, and so it would only be available at stores that have ordered kind of in bulk to have it on their shelves, which some might be doing this time, but probably not so many. You have your various clans, the Snake Clan, Dragon Clan, Monkey Clan, Turtle Clan, and honestly, it has a 5th player expansion. I think 5 players probably runs a little bit long for this. My preferred player count is going to be 3, with a willingness to go up to 4, but there's a lot of potential for AP here, and so I would be trying to play this really as a 3-player game. That'd be my focus. You have the wall, which builds out in different sections, a variety of different trays and everything, and then we have the stretch goal box, which is going to have the Genghis Khan miniature, the Emperor's Award, and various different expansion cards. So we're going to have scenario cards, brand new advisor cards, Emperor Awards cards, and you're going to have your Genghis Khan Horde card, which is going to be another AI system that can be introduced that makes the game a little bit more punishing. Like I said, it's nice to have the Monkey expansion, but I don't know that I need the Monkey expansion to really build in this. And extra general cards, extra advisor cards, all of that just adds to kind of the flux and theme of the game. So let's talk about what I would recommend you getting. And it's a little bit weird the way they've bundled this, right? So I really, really love this game with the Black Powder expansion. You could go Sundrop all in, talking $350, $370. And Sundrop on this, by the way, is going to be the colored Sundrop, which does look fantastic. So if you have that cash to spend, certainly look into it. But if you're trying to kind of keep your budget a little bit tighter, what I would advocate for is I would go straight base game. I'd buy Sundrop Dragon Pledge, $166, and then I would get the Black Powder expansion, Sundropped if able. Yeah, Sundrop Black Powder for $59. The Ancient Beasts is cool, but a little bit fiddly to add in. The Ivory Dragon's nice to have. Card sleeves are nice to have. All this extra stuff is nice to have. Upgraded resources are very fancy, but again, I don't know that you need all of that. You don't need the playmat. So that's kind of where I would squeeze it. And then we have a lot of reviews and a lot of conversations. For me, that would be the reason I'd be back in this game. That'd be the reason I'd be diving back in. Get those stretch goals, get those extra unlocked things, and specifically go ahead and get the Sundrop in the base game. I don't think you need the extra art book, and I don't know if you're trying to keep it a couple $100 shorter, I don't know that you need Sundropped of every single little bit and piece. But it's just kind of my 2 cents. So yeah, Great Wall's back, available. That's the point of this video, primarily. We'll see you next time. Thanks.